It's funny because we've had this conversation
Too many times.
probably about a year ago, and we discussed what happened in the past where these standards kind of come and go. And one thing I had in mind back then was at some point you look at these other industries like the wireless cell phone, where they come together, these hard enemies as far as competitors go, Apple, Samsung, or whatever, and have to agree on what's 4G, what's the definition going to be, how is it going to be implemented in 5G and such. And I think we've come to that point now with CFX and Hermes, where the equipment suppliers and vendors are seeing the benefit enough now, and that the industry is maturing enough where there's value in sharing some information, making that common among all the different equipment, and then looking at, okay, now how can I compete at that level? You know, I'm giving some of what I have as far as data collection and information readily available to any machine vendor, even our competitor, for instance. But what can I build on top of that? And I think with Hermes, it's been just over a year. I think we were part of the founding members initiative in March of last year, and now there's over 40 companies involved, and to the level now where there's a joint agreement with the IPC and the IPC CFX standard kind of to work complementary, where there's the Hermes 9852, which will eventually be a replacement of the IPC SMEMA standard. So that's exciting. And we see KIC kind of fits in there. Although we're not a traditional machine per se, we are involved kind of the inspection part of the reflow process. So information about the board and how it's passed with regards to, you know, you have SPI and AOI also handle that sort of thing. I think KIC has a key involvement in that, and as well with the CFX, which is more kind of vertically integrated rather than machine to machine. Although it has that capability, a lot of it is how do you share to a factory system. And that we've been on from the get-go on that committee as well, which has now progressed to, it's not quite out for review yet, but is coming forward, and we are working with some of our partners to look for some on field test sites to start testing the capability and see how it's working.